once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and it is Friday afternoon. So happy Friday to all of you. Those of you who are already swinging through, sharing blessings, I'm offering blessings. And, for those who are willing, hit the like on the way in, especially if you're tuning in later, right? Welcome aboard. I'm feeling pretty good today, and sending love, sharing truth, right? To all who are tuning in to love, to truth. That's the way it works. Praise God, man. My heart is just filled with this peace and joy and love and hope. And I want to share it, right? So today I have ideas. I do have ideas for today, but I am truly curious as well, right? In the background with me, peace and love, man. That's what I'm about. That's where I want us to go. I think I got clarity in my mind and my heart last night at the men's group I attended. After the live stream, I headed out and went to the local church men's group and shared fellowship with others. And it's nice to do that, right? And in the conversations, I think I found a little more clarity in myself on what my hope is with our time electronically, but at the same time, energetically, right? My hope is whether you were here in person with me or you're connecting, how you're connecting. What I'm hoping to offer is the space with the time, right? Both are provided by God, but if I can share the space and time, my hope is that the presence of God can be realized and shared amongst us and between us. Because the more peace and joy we can feel inside of ourselves, the more light we shine into the world. It's just the way it's designed. And I guess in some ways, what I'm doing with my devotion, my dedication, my commitment to such regular live streams, part of that might be still trying to turn away from old guilt, because I spent so many days being dark while I was alive and sharing criticisms and complaints and, telling everybody what the bad things were that was happening. And I guess I'm still doing that to some degree. But I found a new faith in my heart. Right? This peace and joy and love. I'm feeling renewed. And this is one of the practices that I'm hoping to share, right? Today with the thumbnail, the Tal quote, this idea that truth is a lifelong experience. We've had a lot of conversations, philosophical, religious, whatever. Lots of debates and questions have happened in this online experience I've been a part of. And that's a question that's come up often. What is truth? Truth is a lifelong experience. As you grow, the truth and the truth it's got a relationship with you. You have a relationship with what you know. And so if you grow in life, all you got to do The logical path forward in life is to accept your past lessons, continue learning as you grow. Because a relationship with truth grows as you do. That's how you mature you more easily recognize what's you, what's true, and what's not for you, and what's not true to you, right? It's part of growing up. It feels good to allow the mind to settle from the past, to detach from the future, and just to be one with the truth. I am. I am. And with a breath, an intentional breath, an intentional release, you can settle more into I am. I am what I am. I am as I am. I am how I am right now. Now, what I might become from right now, there's really no telling. There's no telling what might happen in the future, because sometimes this world, time, life, it'll throw you some curveballs. But what I've been learning, and there's many ways to reach this goal, but I think each of us has our own individual path. The goal is to have faith. To have faith allows you to find strength, right? A strength that you might not think you have, but you have inside. So there's a greater strength that's available in your challenges. But to truly find that greater strength in your challenges, it's important to find the calm in your discomfort, right? To be calm with the anger that's rising up, be calm with the fear that you feel, right? Be calm with the sadness. Don't let those things overtake you. That's the path to intelligent emotional development. To grow yourself into a greater self is the purpose of who you are, just like me. But what does it mean to be greater for you? Greater than what? How about just be greater than the old you? You might already be there. But even if you are greater than the old you, how much effort did you really put into getting greater than you used to be? Did you put in a lot of effort? And if so, congratulations, right? What's your next project? What's your next goal of development? But if you just kind of found yourself easily, half-heartedly, and yeah, I am a better version of me than I used to be, what if you actually tried? What if you spent time each day seeking to, what was that? No. Yeah. Seeking and striving for your unique potential to reach its peak while you're alive, right? Because you know there's a greater potential in you. Every one of us has a greater potential than what we've become. That's the whole part of life, is becoming. It's becoming more, it's becoming different, it's becoming, yeah. But if you strive consistently, you're consistently attentive to the goal of trying to reach your peak potential. Maybe in many different ways you can find your peak potential, and maybe you can raise, what's your best, what's your normal. I mean, if you don't give it attention and you don't really care about your results, well, you're going to get what you get. That's why the world is so filled with suffering, because people are just going around and getting what they get, accepting the suffering and ignoring the pain. But there's no running from the pain. There's no running from the true feelings that you feel. If you got a sadness, you got, I'm going to go backwards because part of the path to this finding the calm in the discomfort and the strength in the challenge, it's overcoming your weaknesses. It's overcoming your triggers. And I was given some thought earlier today about triggers and reactions. That's a part of my experience I've faced a bunch of times, man. I don't like overreacting. I don't like getting reactive, you know? Um, but what is that trigger? The trigger, it comes out as usually angry or, a lot of blame and maybe even tears sometimes. But what that is, it's being moved but in a defensive posture. And the only reason you'd have a trigger is if you're ready to explode, right? You got ammo inside of you. All this bitterness and unresolved energy. And so that unresolved, unreconciled energy, it turns into this dark storm within us, and we can't contain that. You gotta face it. And if you don't contain what you feel inside, the result is you feel vulnerable, right? Because there's something not right in you. It'll feel like there's something not right with you, like you might be wrong. There's something wrong with you. And it's easy to misinterpret these feelings. And I did that for a long time. So I'm hoping some of this stuff comes through. But so anyway, if we've got our unresolved energies inside of us, it's like we're carrying a wound. And what heals the wound is the power of, I guess, closure, right? You got to find closure in there. You need some answer that will stop the wound from being so sensitive. And that requires you to look at the wound, right? You've got to sit with your sadness and breathe. Find the calm in the sadness. If you don't process sadness, it usually comes through as anger. That's been my feeling. And if you're not willing to get angry, then you'll feel depression. That sadness can overtake you. And I've been through all of these things. I've studied and I've analyzed emotions and thoughts, and in my head, they make a lot of sense to me. I feel like I got a good grasp on things, right? Because there's some common qualities within all of us. We all want a life where there is kindness, where there is wisdom, where there is fun and joy. And we want a life where there is fulfillment as well. That's one that doesn't always get discussed in the soap operas and the sitcoms and stuff. This idea of fulfillment, actually striving for greater, pursuing a path where you got to learn, you got to grow, you got to challenge yourself, right? That's what I'm talking about. To find this feeling of fulfillment in your life, set goals, many goals, right? But don't overwhelm yourself. Don't be unrealistic. Have the heart within you that you want to accomplish as much as you can accomplish, and then be wise with your time. But strive for your experience. Strive to to reach your peak potential. Only you and God get to decide what that is. And some of the things, another thing I was considering is this idea of coaching, mentorship, friendship. After everything I've been learning, my education and my life experiences, I truly believe that as long as anyone is honest with themselves and others about what they know and don't know, as long as you're honest about what you know and don't know, you can help someone, right? You can help someone with where someone doesn't have the answers as well. We can all help each other in varying degrees, just like we can all harm each other in varying degrees. So let's just create a better world by our intention, right? Let it be our intention to seek to create, discover, capture the peak potential, capture the moments and raise the vibration, raise the energy, raise the value in whatever ways you can, through fun, right? Through commitment, through, you'll find the way. If you want to make the world a better place, do it. The only thing stopping you is you from making your world a better place. But it's more fun when we include each other. That's at least my opinion. Let me complete this thought. I believe that as long as you are honest about what you do and do not know, the essence of holiness, the Holy Spirit that's with you, it will reveal answers to you and through you. But you got to be honest about what you do and do not actually know. Okay? And most important, you got to be honest with yourself about what you do and don't actually know. Because as long as you stay honest, well, then the uncorrupted spirit of holiness, yeah, it'll want to be with you, right? God's goodness, it doesn't need to stick around with ignorance. I mean, it'll step back and watch, just let you do what you do. I mean, this is the thing, too. God is so glorious in the design of everything. There's a perfect order of perfection. Once you can find it, it's not, it's like, how'd I miss that? How did I not see that, God? Holy crap. It's just layers upon layers upon layers of intelligent, perfect revelation of time and energy and form. Sometimes when I speak, I hear myself. Sometimes I sound like a madman. I get it. Hey, speaking of, I'm going to go ahead, and it is Friday afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link and open up for conversations. I do still have my goals, of course, but I'm curious what the universe brings today. Hey, dirty lowlife, intelligent, perfect revelation. All is revealed and realized at the perfect time. I'm confident of that there's a perfection to the revelation of all things. And you and I, we are everything in this moment. And the others who are everything, welcome back, my friends and fellow travelers. D&W of Finding Gnosis channel. How are you, brother?
I am exceedingly well. Thank you, Jack, for asking. I appreciate your concern and interest in my well-being. And I would like to return to you that inquisitiveness. How are you, Jack?
I'm truly feeling blessed. We've got another rambunctious guest in the back.
Oh, man.
he was already expressing something, I think, because I brought you up first. Let me welcome back JG. How are you, my friend?
Keep on rocking in the slave world. Yay, brother. Woo! All right. Fuck you, man.
such a bizarre character, dude.
He is going places.
He might have been on a train. I don't know.
That's what I meant. He's going places.
Yeah.
Jack, the topic of today's show. I'm curious about it.
Well, part of it is actually in line with this concept that truth is a lifelong experience. And I may have ideas. I may have ideas of what I want to do or the way I think things could be or should be, but it feels better
Jack,
just to wonder.
You know, Jack, sometimes I think you have to surrender to the fact you can't know for sure.
That.
You know, you have a point of view. Jack, how many times have you thought you knew something and then found out that you were erroneous?
Oh, many, many times in my life developed.
So how do you know you're not incorrect now? That this is the thing I do with humility. I often think, yeah, I've been wrong many times before, sometimes drastically so. So don't get too cocky, don't get too highfalutin and grandiose. I'm talking about myself here. Try and stay grounded. Life is a mystery wrapped in conundrums. And that's part of the, I suppose, process of knowing, believe it or not, is knowing is ultimately knowing that you can't know for sure.
Big part for certain. I want to swing back to that. Welcome in, Dirty Lowlife. How you doing today, bro?
Evening, gentlemen. How are you both? I'm well, thank you.
Hello, Dirty Lowlife.
Hello, DW. Hope you're good, brother.
Hey, actually, feel free. You're welcome to jump in. The question I heard is, how do you know when you're right? How do you know when you're not wrong after being wrong so many times? How do you know?
Because suddenly my world is much larger.
Oh, beautiful.
The world becomes edgeless.
That was it. The truth is expansive, not contracting.
Jack, I think in my humble opinion, it's a case of fully acknowledging I can never be sure of anything, but I can be sure of my intentions. Am I better intended than I was in the past? That I can know.
Absolutely. Intentions are a big part of us. Welcome to you, Voy. Good to see you again as well.
Hey, boy, fellow smoker.
Hello, Mr. Voy. We meet again.
What's up, Jack? I just came to join you with these. It's quite a challenge to be on with these people. If it's people, even I don't even know.
No, I'm imagination, brother.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
we could be. We are in many ways.
We are reflections of your inner torment, Voy. Any pain you get from us is your own pain, not ours.
Yeah.
We're not causing it. You are
causing it. That's what I said. I'm here for the challenge.
I hear you.
Hey,
I'm a happy hurdle for you. I'm delighted to be a hurdle for your emotional development.
Imagine that.
Those statements are all true. And Voy, good for you. Recognizing it and saying, yeah, I'm going to step into this. Let's see what happens. Let's see what I do.
Right? Yeah.
That's what I've been doing too.
I see that. I mean, why do you keep on doing this, man? And you, like I said before, you encounter so much adversity and still you keep on doing this. Like, I must say, I wasn't a fan of you in the beginning, but
I know. I ask myself that question often. Why do you do this, Jack? What are you trying to
Jack,
do?
what else is there to do? You know, if you were not here, you would be facing reality in a different way. And in my view, it would also be fraught with problems. There's nowhere you
Potentially.
can go on this planet to escape completely from the brunt of reality, Jack. And that is why it's good to face it, meet it.
Well, that is the
Step into
direction.
the auditorium, step into the, the Circus Maximus with the likes of Voy, these ideological gladiators. Do battle, and may the best ideas win.
Well, this is what I've done is I've chosen to face what I consider to be a problem head on. And I found many people that love to bring me problems. But part of it is out of my own ignorance, curiosity, maybe even some self-sabotage. Because
It's
I
only a
read,
problem. It's only a
huh,
problem, Jack, if you're reacting to it as a problem. And this is the thing. I don't think they are problems for you anymore. I think you've evolved. I
well,
think that what was a problem to you before is now just maybe a minor annoyance. It's not something that's ruffling your feathers. It's you've evolved, brother. Give yourself some credit.
I realize that, but in doing so, while entertaining the chaos, I can imagine many respectful people just walking away saying, yeah, I'm not going to waste my time because of who I spent my time associating with, arguing against, right? Um, Denizen, welcome to you, my brother. How are you today?
Hey, Denizen.
Greetings, I'm well. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Denizen. We meet again.
How are you all today?
We are
In spite of
blessed.
reality, yeah.
I don't know
We-
how I am, but I am.
Oh,
Well, you'll get there.
Thank you. There's
hey,
no
this
option but to get there. Wherever that is, I don't know, but I don't even know if I'll find out, but I'll get there.
Maybe there is
I
here.
believe so.
hey,
Thank
this is a fair question. When you said in your opening, not be unrealistic with your goals, I'm just wondering, how did you not bust out laughing when your goals require you to change billionaire PDF's minds? Profits couldn't.
You see, Jack, that's the lacking in imagination there, Jack. He thinks you have to change the billionaires' minds. No, you just have to find some autistic idiot savant who knows how to code, who can hack into systems and strip away the power from said billionaires. You know what I mean? It's not always about. It's not
Different.
always. It's not always about influencing. Ultimate power. You'd be surprised who can knock people off their perch, Jack. There may be someone out there listening to this who could do something spectacular. Never give up that hope.
Well, I'm not. I know many ways my goals can be achieved, but in what I was saying earlier, I realize how when I said that it could be misunderstood. What I was trying to refer to is just a simple caution that it is good to have goals, but it's not good to have unrealistic expectations for yourself, or to stretch yourself too thin with too many ideas of what you can get done. Be realistic with your abilities, be realistic about your commitments, be honest, right? But do allow your mind to go beyond, the logical, because beyond the logic in your mind is the unbelievable, and the unbelievable might be ordinary for someone else. We never know. Hey, go ahead, please.
Sorry, can I just jump in? Because you mentioned a minute ago, you asked yourself, why do I entertain these people, these things? And I've written down on this scrap of paper here, talk to Jack about entertaining ideas. So I find that quite a strange coincidence. I've been thinking about the word entertain, and tainment is holding. If you think of the words attain, retain, maintain, contain, they all are a form of holding. And to entertain, or to enter, is to go in. I don't really know what my point is, but I think the word entertainment is something important.
Can I add to it?
Please, welcome, Crazy Guru. Welcome back, brother.
It's your point, but it is another form of holding. It's just one that you commit to, or you give permission for, or you pay for. So entertain is you, when you said entering into the entertainment, is you willingly going in, I think. Yeah?
I think it's entering your attention.
Yeah, that's good.
And then containing it.
Wait, yeah, that's a good link. Is it tain and attention are the contenders here? Is the ring and the boxer?
Oh,
Is it,
I don't know.
I'll look at it. It's entertaining.
Hey, we'll continue that consideration, because that's I mean, there's so many fascinating observations and perspectives on things that we just use all the time and don't really consider.
Is the crazy guru stimming again? Yes, it's
Always
stimming. He is
Hey,
stimming.
actually, it's been a little bit, and I think maybe you've got some updates for us. You want to share some? Do you want to share any of this yet? I should ask.
yeah.
Is it an apology?
Well, yeah. If you want a verbal one, DW, that's always willing. There's even an apology to give. You haven't even grasped me up for yet. I was like, when are you going to tell him that I actually screamed at him live, in real life off the phone afterwards? He hasn't rubbed that in my nose. No, I've done the same with Jack and all that. I know my flaws, but DW, would you like a live apology? I just didn't think
Crazy Guru.
Here.
I'll never fall out of you, Crazy Guru.
I'm aware. I don't review either. I don't hold grudges.
You couldn't hurt me emotionally if you tried. And that's why I love you.
Well, I did try because you hurt me emotionally. But no, I think I got Hulk out with the rage. Otherwise, I might punch a kid or something. No, I wouldn't. I'm just joking. Thank you very much, brother. You're very humble in your. I would give it a go anyway. I apologize. But to make it quick, because I've made it all about that. I've just made my first video, DNW. I won't say any more. I'll let that come back to me because I've taken up a lot of air already.
I saw a draft. Did you publish your video yet?
The link is in the description. I've just fully done it now. I'm really happy. I said I'd love for everybody to go and look at it and give us your opinion. And even if you wanted to play at the end of the show or something for everybody to see. But I don't want to overtake the show. I don't want to overtake the show at all. I'm loving tonight's topic. I am curious, and that's been your best bait for me so far. I couldn't resist. So yeah, maybe again later. Is it because I've taken up too much air already?
No, it's fine. I do appreciate the consideration for sure. Thank you. And people will swing
We
back.
might look at it later, Jack, on my show if he wants. We might.
You do that for me, DW?
Yeah.
You have it.
I'll swing by then, and if so long as
no swinging, please. That's what got us into trouble last time.
Don't tell them that, DW. That's between us. Remember.
Beautiful. Well, actually, this topic today, Guru, it really is in line with what I've heard from you about curiosity being the base and the foundation, pretty much, for our growth. And this observation, it's in line with that. If the truth we know is a lifelong experience, well, let's not let old belief systems prevent us from growing, right? I think if people listen to each other a little more, we'd be able to help each other a little more. And then if we help each other a little more, we'll want to listen to each other more, right?
I will.
I think we have like a chemical evolutionary um, design that supports that theory. I think if you think of like the earliest forms of amino acids and primordial origins, it is a kind of passive curiosity, which is you have receptors and potential bonds. So, two chemicals or molecules that fit with one another like puzzle pieces can float along without intention and just exist until they come in contact with a compatible bond that has a mutual interest, right? And then those chemicals or molecules combine and form a more complex system.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that exists today on a cellular level and a genetic level. And now we're at a point where, much like the toxoplasmosis can affect the brain of its host, our genetics affect our behaviors in a way we don't even understand and cause us to seek out these bonds so that we can grow and become more complex individuals.
That was very profound, Denizen. I'm sorry to lower the tone, but you remind me of the Carlin skit where he talks about maybe humans are just here to give the earth plastic.
We've succeeded, which means our time is up.
Holy cows. Actually, I believe if we unite together with intelligence, the world's going to totally transform. It'll become a new organism here on Earth. Because the societies have a life of their own, right? Just like we're the universe of organisms and parasites and bacteria and all this stuff that we carry. We'll become greater if we unite together with intelligence and love, man. And I swear this has got to be what the future brings.
Yes, President J. Snow said you should write that down. I agree. You should write that down, Denizen.
Was quite nice, Denizen. Denizen, could there not be that you're deriving a purpose from it when it may just be an outcome? And what I mean by that is you talk about determinism a lot, and it may be just an example of the push and pull reality we're in, where things are attracted or repulsed from each other. You know, that electromagnetism, the push and pull, as I said, Denizen. And it may be, Denizen, that the lacking in you is reaching out for something from me, and vice versa. And it may be, what I'm saying is this may be something material causing it, Denizen, rather than, as I said, some kind of purpose.
You're trying so hard, but it's not working, DNW.
No, Denizen might understand what I'm getting at, because I like talking to Denizen about free will and determinism. Do you know what I'm talking about, Denizen?
I don't.
I think so. I think I think that's my point, is that purpose is retrospective and kind of an illusion. That doesn't mean that it isn't important, but that this began as something passive. And that's why we find meaning in it as human beings, because it's literally who we are. Very down to our most basic microscopic structures are based upon the expansion and contraction of all things in the universe, and things drifting in space, searching for chemical bonds and physical bonds with other things in the middle of nowhere.
or trying to move the hell away from them, which is what
Right.
Jack is trying to do with
And
people on this panel.
Hey,
and
real,
go ahead.
real, thank you. Real quick, Andy.
Oh, here, let me
holy
beard up.
cows, Friday coming through, man, with the big generosity. Everyone on camera has
Holy
a
shit,
long
nice one.
hair and a
Well done,
beard.
Andy.
God bless. Thank you. Thank you.
I am a weirdy, beardy man as well.
Yeah, I was going to say DW's got it as well, so you're good there.
Crazy Guru knows. Yeah.
This is the bearded council, the council of beardsmen.
Maybe we're all just a bunch of assholes and we have pubic hair on our face. I don't know.
I believe Voy should be our treasurer.
No, I think D&W is talking for himself there. Yeah.
I always am, Voy. I always am.
I'll be honest, much of my facial hair grows just out of sheer laziness because I don't want to shave.
Do you know why mine grows?
No, Jack, you know what I think it is, Jack? One of the reasons you're the kind of most spiritual here is because of all these little tentacles coming out of you. Like every one of those hairs is another way of reaching out to the universe to take something in. You know, a connection to what is. A connection to what is, you know. The hairier you are, perhaps the more in touch you are with what is. The more messages you're receiving, the more energy you are receiving. You are a transmitter and a receiver.
Samson and Delilah.
We are that. Hey, I want a shout out. Yes, thank you. Look like we got a raid from RLM. Thank you very much, and welcome to everybody.
RLM.
Holy cows. Oh, and I see Snafu's added in the back again too. Holy
Having said all that, Jack, you are receding, so you are losing some hair. So you better make the most of your hairiness whilst you still can.
Well,
I think they're going to solve that before Jack gets too old. Here in the next few years, we'll probably be able to grow new hair.
I believe it. I trust it. And worst case scenario, though, I used to really love my hair and I'd get upset over a bad haircut. And now I know I'm worth more than just my hair. I'll be all right, whatever happens.
You don't seem too vain, Jack, but I am curious. Would you seek such a solution if it became available?
Yeah, probably. Well, this is my hope and belief. I believe when we're not all facing these damn paywalls and layers of hierarchy and bureaucracy, I'm pretty sure there's technology and maybe even ancient wisdom on how to regrow your bald spots or something. I don't know.
Anyway, guys, Alyssa says she's watching us while she's having a pee. You can't, just there you go.
People do that.
The next step up, Alyssa, is when you're having a poop. You've done the pee, now you'll have to do the poop. And tell us that.
I think you keep that one to yourself.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe she's all about that.
Who knows?
I mean, he needed to share that. So that's...
No, she did. And I was just giving her the validation she sought. She literally typed it in the live chat voice.
That's so kind of you. So kind of you.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, a little shout out. Sorry to interrupt, but I just remembered the date. Today's Juneteenth here in America. I think it became actually recognized as a federal holiday. I'm not certain, though.
I still don't know.
Jack, we are fast approaching the longest day of the year here. The longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere.
It's got something
21st,
right? Something with slavery.
Yeah, two things. I think I could be wrong, but I think the solstice, is that what it is? The longest No, it's not the longest day.
Yeah,
of
the
the
summer
year.
solstice. You're right. No, you are right, John.
The longest day, the shortest night. Yeah.
June 21st. Yeah.
Yeah, but today, Juneteenth. Um, as I understand, I looked this up. You got it, Denizen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas
Yep.
to enforce the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah, so basically, by decree, slavery ended the beginning of 1963, but it took until June of 1965 for
18.
I guess 1865. Thank you. Yes, 18. But it took a while for the slaves in Texas to be notified. Wouldn't that? I mean, that's just
They were still being enslaved. The Union had to send in troops in order to free them, marking the last freed people of the war and counting as America's second Independence Day. And
Yeah.
now we're all slaves.
well.
The good thing is we're not picking cotton anymore.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Who said
Well,
that?
in many ways, we are the harvest. We're the crops being harvested. Our life force and our attention and our subscriptions and our pays and our consumption. Holy shit! How do we get out of this?
Hey, Jack, almost every word you said there.
Separate currency from labor.
Yes. Guru, what were you saying? Sorry.
I said almost every word you linked there almost went back to curiosity. Someone said this thing to me before. He said that, hey, he said, you asked for my time, and he said all this different stuff, and I get it. That's what in different dimensions we see the same thing as. But I just turned to him and said, no, I just wanted curiosity. But because it answered everything, he was, what do you call it? But yeah, because it related to today's topic, which was curiosity. That time and all these things all linked to curiosity.
If we allow ourselves to be with curiosity, but this is the key to free will, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I heard a theory presented last night regarding, in support of like maybe the hell realm. The idea that it's a dark entity that created this world for us, and that's why there's so much pain and suffering. But the concept behind this was that the evil creator created this world and then created good in it, in this evil world, so that the good could do evil. That's the purpose, is to persuade the good to do evil. But I don't buy into that. I think it is flipped around. I believe that God's goodness is known, right, in the power of the creation. And so God does allow those who are good to choose to do evil. Because if that evil will serve a greater goodness, right, at some point of righteousness and justice, well, that's how human beings seem to learn, is through trial and error, right?
I hear what you're saying, Jack. And so, what are you saying? That there used to be a time and an era where there wasn't any evil, that there was only good, maybe? Or
perhaps,
or that time is coming.
It's both. I believe we're going in that direction. That's like the destination. And in the stories of the Bible, in the perfect Garden of Eden, there originally was only goodness, and we were created to restore the goodness, not to be the fallen, sinful ones. That's the old ways. That's the old traditions.
I like that. Thank you for that answer. That's a true answer there. Because I've been doubting whether this is God's green earth, right? Because there's so much evil and so much deception and so much glitches, so to say. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck is this world, man? But yeah. Because I mean, your answer kind of relieves me of that. But yeah, no, I'm not sure yet. But I do appreciate that answer. Yeah.
Get there.
The animal kingdom really does offer insight into our social problems, I think, because I am inclined to believe that when I meet people on an individual basis, they are capable of corruption and they are more corrupt than they proclaim, but they are generally more good than the evil we see in society. And I think that what happens is that the evil people make up our infrastructure because they gravitate towards positions of power and control. And most of us are just sheep. And it's kind of a negative connotation that comes along with that. Um, and rightly
Because
so. But
people
at the
are.
same time,
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. But because of these evil people being in the spotlight so much, right? That's why we might
yeah,
identify
and
with.
they run everything,
Yeah,
right? So anytime you run bump heads with society in quotation marks, you're meeting a wolf. And as
yeah,
a sheep, it's a a very precarious situation to be in. And sheep aren't perfect either. They can be bastards, but generally they just go along with the flow and graze and have kids and get sheared and don't really start too much shit. And it only takes one sheep dog to keep most of them in line.
yeah. I like that. I like that. How do you call that? That metaphor. But it makes me think of sheep, right? I mean, how do sheep survive in nature? They don't. They need to be kept. They need to be sheared. So,
Ah, he's now the
yeah,
man sees.
I mean, how does that work?
Are you seeing?
That's what I see.
This is why the wolves are wolves, sir. This is why they look down on us.
Right. And it's the cause and the problem, I think, are directly connected. The masses have been conditioned to kind of go with the flow as sheep. I mean, that's part of our, I guess, peaceful spirit, right? We don't really want to rock the tribe. We don't want to be a problem. But the reason people are so willing to just shut up and comply is because it's corrupted, right? The people who've been drawn to power, corruption has led to oppression, and people are afraid. They're afraid to lead themselves.
Yes, and
So
a lot of people don't know how to follow either. Sorry, go ahead, boy.
So there's not one wolf or two wolves inside of me. There's a wolf and a herd of sheep inside of my head, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a whole.
There's also a pig in there too.
I know.
If you want to if you want to complete the analogy.
Well, we are within us. There are many parts, many archetypes, many different versions of beasts, but we don't have to live the way that we've been living. I mean, we've got the world collectively, mankind as one. We've got the answers we need. We always have, and that's kind of what I think is going to be the punchline. It's like in my own individual path, there were many times where I'd been all stressed out, worried, but the answer wouldn't be clear to me until it was time, I guess. And once I saw the answer, there was so many times the answer was always there. I just couldn't see it. So it's my theory that that's what God is doing with us. the revelation is this time of judgment where liars will no longer get away, right? We're going to unite together with the truth and use sound judgment individually and collectively with mercy and compassion, right? Truly shining the godlike behaviors. I think I'm growing in confidence, guys. The prophesied new kingdom, it's here. We're pieces of it.
It's here on Jack Talcott's channel. So
this is one small little bubble of the light and the gathering of like-minded beings. There's many bubbles like us. Many groups are gathering. That's what I considered last night. The local church group, right? That's happening all across this nation and the world. There's people gathering together for the purposes of encouraging each other, you know, helping each other overcome problems and patterns. And, you know, that's what's going to change this world, guys.
Union.
I love that. Union. Union is relationship, and relationship is love. That's where I'm at. What do you think? What is union to you? How about that, please?
Oh, it's the Trinity law of God and Logos, and one of them being non-combative. So union is about, like you said, love, sharing, and not fighting, criticizing, about sharing and combining ideas in a way that fits. That word fit, important in union, I think.
That's beautiful. And that not fighting, that means accepting. And yes. Accepting can be tough for people.
It can be, or is it surely? Yeah. I think it's surely, but in different areas. I think, can be tougher than, I agree with you then, it can be tougher than some people and others, depending on the situation. I've been there, and obviously we understand your story, Jack, and how you've been there, and I'm sure everybody else here has. It was just what I'm trying to say to Snafu in the background is just can't seem to get over that we make mistakes, we have to move on, and if you keep dragging people down into that past, it's not really union, is it?
Oh.
90% of what he says is lies, though, too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I have noticed the loops and is the narcissistic rage, and I've been there myself, so I'm just agreeing.
And accusing people of crimes is illegal in the United States. It's called defamation per se. You don't even have to prove damages.
I was assuming, due to Jack's patience with this young man, that he knew that he might have something maybe on the lines of trauma or maybe medical that he's being very gracious with, because that's the way it seems to Snafu. He seems to come across okay, but that narcissism, I recognize it myself. So just saying, I recognize him, and it just seems to be relentless, though, like a dog on it. He's like that scene from my most preferred Joker, like a dog chasing a car. You know, you wouldn't know what to do if you caught it, but you know.
Well, maybe you could speak to him, Guru, instead of about him. He is listening, after all.
Oh, I do in the back. I've been speaking to him. I would never speak about him without obviously speaking to him first. Yeah. And these are things I've been speaking to him about, unfortunately. And this was something that came from Dennis and Jack.
Yeah, by that I just meant give him advice, Guru. That's all.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know how to. That's an illness I can't actually deal with. I bravo to Jack for however he's dealing with this. I wouldn't. I couldn't. It's not wouldn't. I couldn't is what I'm truly trying to say. I couldn't.
I could help him, but for him to receive the help, he's actually got to do what I want to help him with, right? He's got to learn how to relax, intentionally rest and pause and be open. It's as simple as that. Because if he can open himself up, then he won't be so closed off in his mind and heart, and he won't be so agitated and working himself up and trying to get me for things I didn't even do. He's evidence. These people are evidence of today's story, and all of you are evidence of Jack Talcott, right? This part, at least. With Snafu, I've tried speaking with him, and I do care about him. He's got a lot of things going on, but I theorize that maybe our paths crossed, so I could help him, and I'm sure he could probably help me. He keeps telling me that's what he's doing. No, he doesn't say he's always helping me. He also protects people from me. But guys, this is what I see people doing in so many ways, not just with me, but with each other, using opinions and gossip, rumors, past judgment, using those things against someone as they're trying to navigate today, right? We do it to ourselves. And the things we do to ourselves is the things we do to others. So my theory is Snafu has some things to work through within himself, but rather than face it, he projects his bitterness out onto others. It's typical behavior as far as I'm concerned. He's just kind of an exaggerated example in some ways. And in other ways, he's actually very well-mannered.
Normally find that when individuals want their own way and they get them, me included, we behave well when we get what we want.
Yeah. Well, actually, tell you what, I'm willing to give Snafu a chance. I'm not going to make everyone suffer through nonsense. However, I think what would be helpful is if Snafu could have more clarity on what his end goal is. He keeps repeating the accusations, but I still don't understand what's the end goal.
Jack, can I take a little toilet break? And I might be an aggravation from anyway. Maybe put me in the back for now and I'll come back later, yeah?
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent. I'll do 10 minutes. I'll see you guys soon, eh?
All right. Snafu, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine. I love how Denzel, the incel who doesn't come up, but we know exactly who and where he lives and what he looks like. The incel said, no, we love how he said, because guess what, Denzel? I got court records of Jack and his family telling him to stay away. So yeah, you wonder why he doesn't sue me? Because the rape allegations came from his camp. The fucking
Rape allegations are allegations, and they're illegal when they're not true. You have no proof that they're true. And you notice how he lies. He knows he's lying because he said he had evidence of one thing and then deliberately conflated it with another thing. And of course you know what I look like. There's my picture right there on the screen.
And always
that's what I look like. You have no idea what my name is. You have no idea where I live. You only know what I feed you. And I treat you like a mushroom. I feed you shit and I keep you in the dark. And you see that little troll down there eating up my commentary? That's you, Snafu. That's what you look like.
May I suggest you give him more of the hearts? He needs more love.
Well,
true.
You're right.
True.
But as you know, he's got patterns of self-sabotage. He pushes love away. That's what dishonest people do. We push away love and kindness because realistically, if we're not honest, are we worthy of love and kindness? I think everyone is worthy of love and kindness, right? But It's time. I'm convinced if we want our world to change and to be better, we got to stop enabling the lies and the liars. I mean, it's kind of the American way these days, to be honest. People are liars in so many ways. I've seen, I mean, whether it's frauds from the corporations or the governments, or it's people that are exaggerating their disabilities or their conditions. I mean, we've got a world where it seems like morality, it's not gone. I refuse to accept morality is gone because it's who we are. So if we were going to confront the liars in the world, where do you begin?
B. I have to confront my
Word.
own lies first.
Word.
Otherwise, this.
The most challenging liar to confront. You can't even tell when he's telling the truth.
Right. The one in the mirror. Well, and that kind of swings us back to that earlier question. It admittedly, over 50 years in life, I've got a track record. I thought I was right. Turned out I was wrong over and over and over. So how do you trust someone like that? Right? You guys don't know how specifically how many times I was wrong, but how do I trust me to know what's right? I've decided kind of what D&W was saying. I know I don't know everything. And I know if I pay attention and I have the right intentions, if I screw up, I screw up, right? What matters is trying to do what's right. And I used to say a while ago, I have so much confidence in being right now because I found out I was wrong so many different ways, right? So through process of elimination, you narrow things down to that narrow path of truth that I think Jesus was talking about. What a crazy life experience this is. If you really stop and think about how many variables are involved chemically, energetically, physically, atomically, how many variables are involved for you to go, right? I mean, all the muscles got to constrict and release at just the right ways. And, you know, the air's got to have some place to go. It goes into the bloodstream. And that, how does all, the fact that we have some understandings of how this life works tells me that we got a long ways to go. But I think God's got us on this right timeline, this right path, the collective timeline. Humanity, we're going to overcome. There's a greater destiny than what these oligarchs and the World Economic Forum and what's the newest group that Peter Thiel's about? The Dialogue Group or something?
Volunteer? Oh, they have a group?
Yeah, apparently there was a
there's a invitation only discussion group and networking group called Dialogue. I'm going, Jack. I'm going.
You're going to the meeting? Good for you.
Yeah. I just got the invitation this morning, Jack.
You know.
What are you going to tell them?
I'm going to tell them that they need to speak to Jack Talcott.
Wow, this is the potential takeover. The transition of power we're witnessing right now between the old guard right? The kind of war backing financier, German Royal English Empire Jewish families to the technocrats, right? Like the Bilderberger Group
Well,
being replaced by the Teal Group.
yeah.
It's an interesting shake-up. And I believe Peter Thiel is South African, and so is Elon Musk. Am I right? Peter Thiel, South African, dirty low life. Do you know that? Do you know that?
Sorry, Mel. I was like reading chat for a brief moment.
He is Denizen. Am I right? He's a South African living in America. No, maybe I'm.
No, that's what I heard too.
Yeah. Interesting.
No, he's German. Elon is South African.
Sehr gut.
Hey, it is an interesting. Go ahead, DMW. Sorry.
No, it is unfortunate that if you realign the letters of his name, it literally spells out the reptile. Did you know that? Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel does?
It's an anagram.
Wait, no.
Yeah, you're fucking with my skepticism now.
Is this real? I'm really
curious. That is true. Peter Thiel
in the child in me, it's just gone,
the
what?
reptile. The reptile, yeah.
Peter Thiel.
You can do it yourself.
Not just reptile, but the reptile.
Oh no!
It's equally creepy because he's obsessed with.
No, it's not.
Antichrist. He's obsessed with talking about the Antichrist. So there's it is quite creepy, actually.
The reptile has 2 T's.
He's doing amazing work.
Peter
in the UK. What?
Thiel.
There's 2 T's.
Is there only 1 T? No, there's 2 T's in Peter Thiel. P-E-T and then T-H-I-E-L in his surname.
Do you guys know Yerf Dogs?
Yeah, we know Yerf Dogs. He's a dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Beautiful. There's real anti-pred activism with proven up facts, real victims, corporate profit off the predation. Where are these people for that work? Yerf Dogs doing amazing work in UK. There are amazing people doing amazing work, and this is what I mean. The evidence is overwhelming, guys. It's time.
Denizen, did you do the anagram yet?
Yeah, I asked the AI and it's lying. It's flat out lying to me. It even said Peter Thiel doesn't have enough letters in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or enough T's. It says Peter Thiel only has 9 letters while the reptile has 10 letters. And clearly Peter Thiel has 10 letters and 2 T's.
Maybe you need to ask Palantir AI.
Hey, what were you saying?
Or Palantir has a hold on this AI, and that's why it's lying about the reptile.
Wait a minute. How do you spell Peter Thiel? Because I've got the reptile and Peter Thiel, and they both got 10 letters each.
Yeah.
I think it's legit. I think it is legit from what I remember. Yeah.
I can work this out.
Large language models cannot count. They don't do
Thiel. Thiel. And here's what the AI said. Because the reptile has 2 T's and Peter Thiel has only 1, they cannot be anagrams. Additionally, the reptile contains an...
It is. They are perfect anagrams. They really are.
Additionally, the reptile contains an R and an I.
Same counts. 3
or
E's,
sorry, no, it
2
says
T's,
for fuck's
3
sake.
E's, 2 T's, and 1 of each of PRHIL. It checks out perfectly, guys.
No, it is. I just checked it. It is.
Additionally, the reptile contains an R and an L, which are not present in Peter Thiel. And then it says, let's verify the counts. Peter Thiel has 9 letters, where the reptile has 10. The counts don't match. Therefore, they are not anagrams.
And it's perfect. It's a perfect
Guru
anagram.
says it's perfect as well.
It's,
It is perfect.
can they
Seven
not
times.
hear me, Jack?
Dennis
Do they not
isn't
get what I'm
it's
saying?
wrong. He's saying the AI is wrong.
You're saying the
Yeah.
LLM is working for Peter Thiel, trying to cover it up, right?
He's showing
Correct.
us
Yes.
Yeah, we're all agreeing.
reading the feedback.
We're saying it is a perfect anagram. I've done it 7 times in my head. I've never done something
It's
7 times.
I don't know. I just think it's a creepy coincidence. It's not necessarily meaningful beyond just being a coincidence, but it is unfortunate. It's unfortunate because if there's one person you wouldn't want an anagram of their name to be the reptile, it would be Peter Thiel, considering how much power he is garnering. And also the fact,
Jack,
it's quite.
I can do this linguistically for everybody at home. Guys, if you take Peter is only missing an I, and an L to make reptile. And then when you take feel, you can create the, and the only 2 letters missing, an I and an L. So you add them to Peter, and you have your reptile, and you have the reptile.
Well done, Guru. See? Guru has it right.
The observation, though.
Yeah, it's 10 letters. Yeah.
Void just got a short back and sides whilst we were arguing.
Hey,
Now that I've corrected it, it says, why is a reptile an anagram for Peter Thiel? I'm going to click that.
That's narcissistic projection right there, isn't it?
It's unreal.
It's coincidental linguistic match with no intentional design. But it has gained traction online as a meme and a conspiracy theory. Oh, now all of a sudden you're aware of the conspiracy theory when 80 seconds ago you said it wasn't even an anagram. Fuck you, you lying piece of demon tech.
well,
Why do you still interact with that demon tech? I mean,
So you can always
Know thy
understand-
enemy.
Yes, thank you, Dennison. Thank you. Sorry, I thought that was only me then.
I just wonder which is learning which quicker. I fear the AI is learning humanity far quicker than humanity learns what AI is.
Well, you see, Dirty Lowlife. It's interesting.
That's why I got to keep playing Dirty, because I can't control humanity as much as I want to, Jeff. Don't I?
Does it know humanity, Dirty Lowlife, or does it just know the personas of humanity?
I think
Look at the cope in the chat too. Maybe my prompt was ass. My prompt was, is Peter Thiel an anagram for the reptile? That was my prompt.
All right, guys, we've been on a while. Have we got any ideas about this, though? Because tonight's topic is...
And it literally said there was no R in Peter, and there wasn't 2 T's in Peter Thiel. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, this is the thing, though, too, is that there's a lot of people that see that program as some sort of higher intelligence. So they do a quick search and run with an idea.
And put themselves below it in doing so.
Ooh,
There are a lot of weird. There are a lot of weird coincidences, creepy coincidences. Like Denizen was talking about that book, Denizen, where Elon is something to do with Mars and
the ruler of Mars. Yeah.
The ruler of Mars,
yeah.
When was it written?
Shit, I don't remember. Like over 100 years ago, I think, right?
Yeah.
And I believe there was a Baron Trump in that as well, wasn't there? I mean, that's a fucking weird coincidence, right?
It kind of suggests that we're in a matrix and some of the source material is reused from time to time because there is a limited knowledge base at the core of the existence of the universe.
You really
an optimization.
It's what? Low life?
It's like an optimization algorithm.
Right.
Where there's overlap, you can just reuse the same single pattern, like a Lego brick.
Right.
To me, it kind of points and supports the theories of this field of memory, this morphogenetic field that we're a part of and we kind of tune into.
I mean, Jack, you're right. It could be to do with the kind of block universe and everything being connected and the time being an illusion, the past, the present, the future, all happening at once. And sometimes when we get those feelings of deja vu, it's not that we've been there before. It's just that we are connected to the future, whether we like it or not, and we're receiving from the future as well as receiving from the now, whether we know it or not.
The thought just
Maybe
popped
we
in my
can't
head
quite-
as you said that. The future is now.
It is.
The future was
Jack,
then.
you know that field you was talking about, Jack? You talking about like that?
The
specific
future was
conscious
then.
field, yeah? That specific conscious field that's linked to our recall, imagination, memory. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, yeah. I think yeah. Do you sometimes feel that our consciousness is sort of designed like our body, like we've got a head, thorax, and abdomen, and so our consciousness is like a body that's also shaped like that, and those perceptions within there, like eyes? Because you was talking about that field of memory, and I like, yeah, the instinct often uses that memory, doesn't it, to help us? And I'm seeing that field you're talking about, that recall field that the instinct uses to protect us.
I hadn't considered it having being more reflective of the different parts, but you know, this universe, it really is. It's fractal complexity, right? It's the universe upon the universe, reflecting the universe as it becomes the universe. It's like, whoa.
No, I agree, because we were reflecting D&W, because if that free component eternal is there, D&W mentioned the other two, didn't he? He mentioned the present and the now, and maybe that's the intuition and the intellect that's governing those. And that's what Christ was referring to as the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I'm just putting that out there. D&W, is that what he was referring to? Is that what he's linking to Jack as well? Those other conscious zones of seeing the now?
No, brother. No. I leave that level of depth to you to bring to the fore.
Well, maybe Jack can make something of it, because I feel like I'm stealing the light here, and I don't want that piece. But I was trying to get involved.
No, it gets deep. Actually, you brought up the Holy Spirit, and regarding the present, that's where we can live, right? It's now where we can feel joy, sadness, comfort, pain, whatever. It's all now.
Yeah,
so
all now.
The idea of that Holy Spirit, it's that feeling and that essence, the quality of goodness. And when we're feeling good, you know, the traits that are in Galatians, I don't have it pulled up, but the patience and the joy and all that, it's naturally who we are, guys. We live. I wrote down this. Here's the collective socialization has instilled within us all these roles and identities that we play out, right? Collective socialization. What do you guys think on those ideas?
Yeah, I think they're all illusions that get holographically imprinted into the internal world so that you navigate an external conspiracy that's inside you.
I love that.
Outwards.
They get imprinted within us into our psyche and our emotional body, perhaps, and then that can carry into the physical body.
But then even if there's nothing in the physical, you'll avoid the wall that you're projecting into reality because you imagine it's there.
Yeah, I have a meta level that I think both of you have highlighted many times, and the way this is so efficient is it's done using loops. Would you agree?
I'm looking up anagrams for Palantir. All right, that's Peter Thiel's company that everyone thinks is terrifying. Now, the notable anagrams are it's not really a word, but it sounds like reptilian, which is interesting. It can come out as raptlian. Now, it doesn't spell as reptilian, but it sounds like reptilian. Raptlian. RAPTLIAN. Now, of course, it's not spelled as reptilian, but it sounds like it. Raptlian. Now, that's interesting. Another anagram, perfect anagram, is anal trip. Anal trip, which is interesting. But other than that, that's more or less it.
Can I just ask if we know what the Palantir is? what it's a reference to.
Yeah, it is a reference to some kind of mythical, all-knowing oracle, isn't it?
It's in Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right, and there's a glass orb, an all-seeing eye. Yeah, and when I can't remember, is Samwise looks into it, he can't let go. He's transfixed. He's entertained.
It's addicted.
Yeah.
How fascinating. That's exactly what they're doing.
It's an all-seeing eye.
Mm-hmm. And that earlier observation, we have moved from like the traditional idea of royalty and the older aristocrat ideas, and it's becoming these tech boys and venture capitalists.
I believe we see it differently. I'm not sure they do.
Okay, fair. That's very fair. And it is.
Say that again. Say that again.
I think we see it differently. I don't believe they do.
Who's the they? I'm not challenging, but who's the they?
Okay, so if the best description of the they I have is an acronym,
yeah,
the hierarchy enslaving you.
Yeah,
they,
okay.
Yeah.
The oppressor.
Yes.
The oppressor archetype.
Whatever, yes.
The oppressor archetype. Okay, yeah, I got you. That's the they.
I don't think they have changed their belief of who they are, be kings or dictators or whatever you want to call it. The architecture, as you said, the archetype is the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
We may see that the shop dressing has changed.
And to link back to what Jack has been saying,
is
Jack has mentioned a couple of times now the corrupt, and I think I mentioned it yesterday, and people sort of I said, yeah, that's probably what Jack was talking about, because people are trying to get him on what do you mean by corrupt, and I think Jack was saying those who abuse the power we give them for their own selfish gain. I'm sure that's what Jack means by corrupt, because it linked to everything he was talking about. And so in this, that's the oppressor, yeah? The oppressing class is those who are abusing the power we give them for their own selfish gain rather than the gain of the many. Am I on track here? Because this is all subjective for me, so I need to...
I would agree with you, but maybe in Denizen's model, it's just the fencing to keep the sheep in.
Oh, yeah, no, that's... There's got to be every model, isn't it? Because otherwise we wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't. There's very rarely free people come in and gather like this. We've got Jack Talcott and all that to discuss this without seeing those fences. So, yeah, I appreciate you for that. And it looks intense again.
You know, a wolf or a sheepdog will never allow itself to be contained.
Denison, I'm looking forward to soon you reading one of my books, brother, because it's so linked to what he's saying, and I'm not going to make it about that, but it's the fable of the three little pigs, so you probably get it when we talk about the wolf. So I'm hoping for. Diddy, you've read the book? Yeah, would Denison love that book? Considering what he said, okay, I'm not going to say anymore because this is Jack's show. Sorry, Jack. But I got excited.
Hey, just real quick, a shout out and thank you again, Book of RLM, for the raid and the support. You know, for those who haven't seen, she hosts panel discussions as well, and she maintains quite a bit of class there. Keeps the standards a little higher.
What time zone is she on, Jack? Is Jack? It's really important to us UK individuals what time zone that is, so we can.
East Coast, United States.
And what time does she normally go live on East Coast?
Late at night, early in the morning, and then sometimes all day streams.
Excellent. So awesome. Is there a link?
Varied times.
Yeah, I'll get you a link.
Thank you. Crap. Unlocking. No, here, go ahead, please. I would take it.
To be honest, I would. If you got a different direction to go, because I didn't know he was going to go, so I was going to take you back to Tolkien or something, because I remember anybody mentioned Tolkien earlier on. I just thought it'd be a place to go. I do apologize, Jack.
My mind keeps going to unlocking the gates, right?
You'd be specific on the gates?
Huh?
Can you be specific on the gates you're trying to unlock? Because many people have many, and I think I'm with you, but...
There's many conceptual gates. My mind right now was thinking about the bigger gates, the gates that hold the oppressors in the place where they are, right? It's comes down to this illusion of superiority, whether it's a color, a gender, a position, a culture, an idea of superiority.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna work.
Jack, the superiority, I've been doing something with this word lately because, you know, I like that word superiority because I'm in full agreement to what you said. Authority, I think, sometimes gets mistaken in that. And I think love and God and truth has an authority over us. And so we should never mistake authority, true authority, you know, with what you were saying there is superiority, which is what people demand of us in a dogmatic and demagogic sense. And that's why I love the fact you use superiority there. And I wanted to put this cliff note because I'm certainly going to highlight this tomorrow when I do some notes on this. So thank you.
It's how our society is structured now as well. Authority is the superiority, and it has no love or compassion. It has no principles or God.
The illusional ego suit over it. Yeah, go on. Yeah, say.
And authority is authorship, isn't it? Those who write the story.
It is, yes.
Those who write the rules. Those who write the rules. And we can be the rule makers for ourselves or the rule breakers, right? We've got a defiant spirit within us. I exercised mine for a long time, but I did it recklessly with anger and bitterness. Go ahead, Guru.
If I'm only going to keep it fictional narrative form, would everybody agree then, on a fun level, that when we talk about God, then God is the ultimate author of it all? He is the author of everything. I say he loosely there because we're keeping it light and playful, okay? But in narrative form, if we would all agree, when we talk about God in a spiritual sense, in this playful arena, God is the author of what we call the all. Is that what people are also saying is God on that level, if we were framed in that way? The author of everything, if we're the authors of our little journeys, God is the author of the entire journey. Is that what we're getting to?
That's a conclusion I came to a while ago. And then I decided to do a better job of trying to take authorship and ownership of my journey. I realized what's in the past has already been written.
Is authorship and ownership the same thing? Or is that what you were pointing out there?
I don't think they're genuinely the same.
Okay.
I mean, in some ways, the argument could be made. It takes us back to this idea of bosses and government. You know, the one who writes the rules, the one who owns the situation writes the rules. Maybe that's it. The author is the owner.
Oh, wait a minute. That's very good. But I would say it was linked to what you mentioned earlier about, didn't you see, was it you, Jack? I'm sure it was you mentioned about, you heard something recently about them saying a fake God that's writing the rules of this world or something like that. And I think wait a minute. I need to shut up a minute because that's just unlocked a few things in my head a minute. What you just said there.
Hey, Kenny Given, shout out to you and welcome back, sir. Yeah, you keep chucking people off your show for daring to veer slightly off what you dictate the suitable topic is, Jack. God, that sounds like a ruthless asshole. Using your authority so you're a hypocrite.
I think that's part of being a host, isn't it? You have to be a hypocrite. It's like you have to fall on that sword just to keep balance. I thought that's what it is because that's what I've been taught so far. So,
Damocles.
I could have communicated my hopes and intentions a little bit differently. I could have approached from a different direction with Kenny. But yeah, I triggered him. But you know what?
Okay.
I can help people with their triggers if they're confused about what's upsetting.
You can help Kenny. You
I
want to?
could.
You're saying he needs help. I mean, that might trigger him even more.
Oh, that'll piss him off. Coming from someone like me.
Hey, Jack, can I ask a question? If all of us went in the back for 5 minutes so we can all have a pee and stuff like that, would you invite Kenny on, just you and Kenny, to see if you could bury a hatchet on this? Just in case it's just a Kenny was having a rough day or something. Because I'm going to admit, for a couple of days, I was a bit of a tyrant towards D&W and Kenny equally. So if I was true, D&W can realize how much of a pain in the ass I was. And he also didn't call out my bad behavior behind closed doors, which would have made him a gentleman and a scholar also. So there's some decency in Kenny, I would say.
I know.
And I'm happy to go for another 5 minutes for you and Kenny to bury hatchet with all the rest of us in there. I think Kenny might like that. He likes the limelight. I don't know. D&W knows him much better than me, so I'm just suggesting something, and I want a pee break.
You're welcome. Please, you're free.
They're their own men, Kenny. They're their own men. Sorry, Guru. They do what they want.
Mm-hmm. And Kenny is welcome to join. I do respect Kenny. I acknowledged he's got a way about him. He's very polite, and then when it's his turn to speak, he speaks. But he was here. He was a little bit bitchy, and he literally told me to shut up. I'm like, no, dude.
So, Jack, let me make place for Kenny or for whoever wants to join. It was delightful to be on your panel once again with Dirty Lowlife, Denizen especially, the Crazy Guru, and D&W. See you on the next one.
Take care, boy. Good to see you, mate.
Thank you, brother.
Peace, boy.
I keep actually.
Auf Wiedersehen.
I keep forgetting to.
I'm always excited when Boy's on panel.
Him and I, we had some disagreements in the past, and he was a critic. But he's grown on me a lot. I like Boy quite a bit. He's got a different perspective than me quite often, but he's not afraid to call people out. Kind of like you, Denizen. And D&W. Holy cows, man. So what do we do with all the things we've learned? I mean, this is kind of what I put in my thought behind this question is answered. It's I put it in the description and with the post today. If we can humble ourselves and realize, I know what I know today. And, I knew what I knew then. But if we realize truth is a lifelong experience, all we got to do, we can start over any day we want. This came up at the men's group last night, too. The reminder that in the middle of the day, you can pause yourself and reset and start again, right? And each day we can start again. We are where we are, but we've still got a potential to reach a greater peak performance, a greater peak achievement of who we can be. And so the idea is accept the past, don't fight it, don't run from it, don't hide from it, accept the past lessons and continue learning as you grow. It's the only thing that makes sense. Might be the only way to find sense as well, is to keep learning, right? That's how we increase our sense of awareness, in my mind. Keep learning and growing. And every day, I'm telling you what, guys, I keep learning. I keep watching, reflecting, trying to integrate things that I'm learning and understanding, trying to embody a better, more peaceful version of me. And I think it's coming through. You guys have been a part of it. Some of you are newer to the journey, but old Snafu Snaps there in the back, he's been a loyal contributor to my growth. personal growth, not professional growth, of course. Hey guys, I'm feeling whole and complete. Unless you guys have other directions or ideas that you really want to run with, I think we should start wrapping up. Any thoughts? Did I put everyone to sleep again?
Everybody went AFK, I think.
Bad timing, sorry.
There's Robert.
Yeah, I was only going to argue with you a little bit, Jack. You said we've got a chance to, I forget the word you used, something like change the way you are each day. I find that each moment, every single moment I can choose, it's just remembering. And it's so easy to forget that I can choose. And then live a whole day or week and years and years and years of the same churning shite inside me. It's a momentary thing.
It is. And that's the thing. The path to enlightenment, it really is an unlearning and a remembering, right? Remember to let go. Remember to start again. Remember to have fun. Remember to forgive yourself. Remember to love yourself. Remember to laugh, right? I was thinking about that earlier. We can have fun doing just about anything. Guru, please.
Talking about laughs, I have an addiction I want to confess to everybody, which might get someone on the panel right now. I'm really addicted to Joey Cool's laugh. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This man's laugh is an addiction to me, like an elixir of childhood. And Joey Cool, if you would come on. Yeah. Who just did his laugh? That's almost there, but not quite there. It was like, that was like 9 out of 10. That was almost perfect. Joey, please.
I've known Joe for a long time.
That no other laugh I've experienced do, to the point my wife thinks I'm imitating you when I laugh now, and I'm like, no, I just love it that much. So I'm just confessing my addiction to Joey Cool's laugh, and if he would join us, I would love it so much. Sorry, Jack.
Alyssa, let's hear it. Let's have her put her laugh where her mouth is.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
What did you say? I didn't say it.
Hey, DNW, I didn't look. Are you streaming, or do you plan to stream?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. There you go.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
My wife's in the background pretending to Joey Cool's laugh. It's freaking awesome.
Hey, actually, before we wrap up, I think it might be a great opportunity, and I believe this is something that Guru was hoping for. Should we premiere this part 1, Guru?
Yes, I would love that. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to have everybody's feedback. Yes.
It's simultaneously being shown on my channel now at the same time, so there you go.
Hey, beautiful. Thank you, DNW. Okay, so anything you want, anything we should start with, or it's Act You All Gnosis, the Hidden Language of Reality, Part 1.
Yeah, there's hints to a lot of things, guys. You can ask questions about afterwards, but there's stuff that's coming up, but I need a lot of help and support with getting this sorted first. Like things to learn. But yeah, I was trying to take DNW's advice on, and the advice of Jack and others, to say that the individuals in this world that can't reach the levels of Charles and things like that, you know. And so these videos are crucial. So thank you all for pushing me. I don't have the money or the skills, so this is my best attempt so far, but it will get better. So please, if you can just go along with it, and I'm open to criticism because every bit helps. Yeah. So thank you all.
Beautiful. Yeah, here. Let's sit back and check this out.
No demagoguery, only actual knowledge. Welcome to one and all. I just wanted to show you there is a beating heart behind these works. I am the founder and archetype known as the Helios Gnostic of Helios Gnosticism. Join me in the Order live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on our online panel. Together we test the structure and reveal truth with actual gnosis. Back you all, gnosis. Before any word was spoken, before mum, dad, tree, or bird, there was only raw, direct experience. The soul touched the monad. Then we covered truth with words. Fellow seeker of truth, a world reveals its creator when you remove the hell from it, the word. In the Helios Gnostic framework, the architecture of perceived reality is fundamentally linguistic. Worlds are not merely physical constructs. They are matrices generated and sustained through words, precise unions of structure, sound, symbol, and meaning that map to conceptual logoi. To understand the demiurge's domain and the path of return, must first examine the instrument of creation itself, the word. A word, in its full operation, consists of structure and meaning as the polar binaries that ground and define the essence, with sound and symbol as the corresponding vessels that carry the definition into lived experience. These elements together generate the abstract label or conceptual logos that structures the matrix we experience as world. Depending on the integrity and alignment of structure and meaning, definitions crystallize into four primary modalities: Babel, connotational, denotational, and empirical denotive. In the beginning was the Word, and for a long time that word has been used to build and rule worlds, sometimes to liberate, often to control. This series is about learning to see the difference clearly. One of the most common objections we face when presenting this framework is the claim that real-world language mixes these modalities constantly, so the categories cannot be useful. This is what we call the meta-fallacy of level collapse. It confuses the atomic level, the individual word, and its internal structure with the compositional level of sentences, rhetoric, and performative discourse. Mixing does happen in chains and narratives, but each individual word still carries a dominant modality. The chain is made of links. Diagnosing the quality of each link remains both possible and necessary. This precision is not rigidity. It is the shield that reveals both the mechanisms of control and the path of return. By holding firmly to the singular word as a primary unit of analysis, we create clarity where confusion once reigned. All subsequent Helios Gnostic teaching rests upon this foundation. To speak with authority, one must first purify the instrument of speech. To know the monad, must first remove the hell from the word. This is the beginning of lawful co-presence. This is the return of Christic logic in language. This is where the order begins. In episode 2, we will go deeper into the structures of Babel and connotational language, the primal chaos and the veiled power that so often trap us in subjective loops. In episode 3, we will explore denotational and empirical denotive modalities, the clean bridge and the living fulfillment that align us with truth. For the full written diagnostics and deeper structures, Read of companion articles linked in the description below. Welcome to Helios Gnosticism. Are you curious yet? I curiously am. We are Legion. We are love. We are truth. We are God. We are Gnosis.
And that's it.
Thank you.
If I may?
One thing that stood out for me. Now you say we need to remove the hell from the word, but then you called it Helios Gnosis, which literally has hell in its. Do you know what I mean? So can you explain that, please? Because you're saying we need to remove the word hell, but then Helios Gnosis has hell in it.
It was a play on words to remove the letter L from the word world, and you see what it's created of. When you remove L from the word world, it says what?
Word.
Yes.
I see what you mean. Thank you for clearing that up.
No problem.
So, Guru.
Yep.
I loved the content. I hated the presentation. I would rather see you present this material in your own voice without all that AI nonsense. You are a much clearer communicator when you're calm and focused. And I like your voice much more than the AI. And I would rather see pictures of contemporary life that are inspired and connected to these ancient mysticisms you are presenting in your first part of the series, rather than imagery of the ancient itself. And then go over the captions manually because the AI screwed up your words a little bit.
I will say, Grazy, Dennison has a point. But what you could do, Grazy, I don't think we don't need to rubbish what you've done there, because I think that serves a good purpose because I think that was very good in terms of capturing attention, right? And like it created intrigue in the viewer. Okay, what the hell is this about? You know, so it served a good purpose in that sense. But Grazy, what you could also do is maybe do a lecture where you talk as well as this. So you could release these and also release a supplementary like lecture of you talking for like 5 minutes as well, explaining what that is about, if you know what I mean. Going into a little bit more detail, but brother, I will say one thing. That was a little bit hard to take for anybody who is an average person. There was a lot of specialized knowledge there in the wording. Okay. Now, what I'm saying to you, Grazy, is this: take this or leave it. But if you want to reach the average, you have to find a way of connecting with them with plain speak, okay, as much as possible. So you may want to provide an additional study guide to it, you know, like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Do the same again, but in your own words. As I said, with the viewer in mind. The simpler you create this, the more people you will reach. And then if they are interested, if they are able, they can read your article.
The opposite advice you gave me last time, though, wasn't it? You said people didn't like me, and I should try and work with AI.
No, Grazy. That's not what I said. I said
you didn't say that.
Talking live about such complex topics is extremely difficult. Okay, and I said you should do lectures. I didn't say you pre-recorded lectures. I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will respond to you, Dennison. I think it's a great response. I've written hymns on it, which are really simple for children to read. I've written parables on it for juniors to read. I've written articles on it for what should be people like Dennison to read, but they still don't. I've also come on live shows to talk about it, but people say I'm just crazy. They don't want to listen to me, but now they want to listen to a lecturette of me talking. That's really strange. But I do get you because my wife suggested that for those who do want to listen to me, we are making that series soon as well, walking through woods and talking about these things. And we're doing almost everything. But what we decided to do is do the things we were advised to do first by those people who are now telling us they want.
Yeah, but crazy. I never said it was you personally. I said the problem is trying to convey a complex message in real time in a chaotic open panel. It wasn't about you. It was about the conduit.
How did I do in that video though?
I
said, you did well.
I absolutely loathe disagreeing entirely with my friend DNW here. But I think that clips of you in live streams would be better than that AI slop. You are the message, sir. And the only, as far as, I don't think the normal Joe is your audience. And you should not, what's the word? Capitulate to him or her. The only thing I would warn you against is you don't want to appeal to an audience of one. That's your problem, right? So don't keep it so highfalutin that only crazy guru can understand. But don't dumb it down for the masses either.
Anderson, you are right. He can clip things out of the live streams. When I say the message, it's hard to communicate in a live stream. It is difficult for him to convey his message in a live stream, I believe, because he's always getting interrupted. Sometimes it's off topic. The host doesn't want it to be spoken about. And,
so,
Jack,
I'm just saying, his opinion in a minute, buddy.
Sorry?
I'm just asking Jack and Jay. They haven't given their opinion yet, but we seem to be dragging this conversation away, and we haven't let them give their opinion yet on this, and they haven't been had a chance to. And I was just trying to bring it around there because no one else seemed to be doing it.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. The feedback from Denizen was interesting. I mean, myself, I don't mind the presentation. It could use a little bit of fine tuning and stuff, and there is some deep concepts that are being jumped in right as even in that introduction, right? But there was something that stood out for me, and I don't remember exactly what it said. Cleaning up the instrument of language, right? And that's your purpose, right? What you're hoping to achieve by your efforts with this.
That's correct. It was something Denizen also said that stuck with me then, and what you just said there, Jack. It is, and I think I spoke to you in private and I was saying, to be honest, and this is me trying to attract honeybees, not worker bees. Do you see what I'm saying? Honeybees like you, Denizen and Jack, they're going, wait a minute, I think again, if they listen along and they can use it, you guys can put it in your own way. I don't need to be greedy. Jack has his flock. Dirty, have you seen this man play the dude, what's that? Oh my God, I can't remember what it's called now. The big pan thing.
Hand pan, that's
it. Sorry. Dyslexia kicked in. This man, I was listening to him today, and I was beautiful. I'm your views, by the way, Dirty. I love you. I love your instruments, baby.
Thank you, brother.
This man, like Jack and DNW, I knew Denizen actually, have stamped something in me. He's one of the first individuals that saw I was in pain and came straight to my home to see me. So I always remember that, Dirty, and I can't wait for you to come and visit again, brother.
Thank you.
Yo, Wild Heart.
You've not been to the hospital, mate.
How are you, sir?
I have, yeah, I'm good. I have been to the hospital all day. I've still got my band on. Everything's fine.
Receipts.
I had 2 teeth out, and everything's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you, brother. I was worried about you.
Yeah, I was worried about you too. So you took our advice and went to the hospital.
Yeah.
It does.
Good man.
I may be imagining it, but it seems the swelling is a little bit less than it was last night.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely gone down a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's less red as well.
Yeah, they gave me some steroids and antibiotics. So.
Well, brother, thank you. Thank you for getting checked out and getting the support.
Yeah, for looking after yourself.
Yeah.
I honestly was worried. I didn't know if I was ever going to see you again, bro.
That's fair. Yeah.
He's done that to us a
Yeah,
couple
you
of
can't get rid of me that easily. You know?
Yeah, sorry, Crazy. Just to give you my thoughts, I did have a brief look at your video when you first posted it to me. So yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I not to comment on any of the content. You know what I think of your content. I think.
Mm-hmm.
What I would say is that Denizen articulated what my feelings were in far more eloquence than I could. I detest being read anything by AI. I detest AI being pressed into every area of my life. And it makes me, Jamie's ego, want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So that would be my resistance to hearing the content in that format. Denizen's,
I struggle to listen to content that I like when it's in an AI voice. I'm like holding on for dear life, trying to retain it.
And Carl, yeah, I love you, brother.
Yeah,
to have you being the channel for your message, for want of a better word, I would much more easily allow that into my being from you.
It may seem counterintuitive, but literally you there in your living room is a better presentation than all that fancy, architecture and lighting and special effects. Literally just you sitting there, with your actual surroundings.
I'm with you all, and I give it to this, and that is coming. That is coming. But just as very few of you, and I say the word few there for you to pick up on, very few of you are able to look at that kind of footage, which was very difficult for me to make. So I'm kind of in league with that very few, really. So I'm with you here. There's a mass out
by
there.
the way, you did a phenomenal job.
One minute, we haven't finished there. It's a bit rude, yeah. But there's a mass out there that when they listen to it, when they look at the old man, they go, why do I want to listen to this old boring Welsh twat speak? And they're called youth and the people we're trying to reach. And so these videos are for individuals like them to entice them to speak to us on these shows and go, what the heck is this guy on about? But your point is absolutely valid. That's why I spent all day making the show. No, I'm not doing thinking that, but thinking all the time, like, am I doing myself an injustice here? But I looked at it and I went, no, just like Dirty Low Life's ego says, I don't want to deal with that AI. The other egos go, I only want to deal with AI. And so I've got to cater for them, and you guys actually align with that. So you guys have me on you for now.
I said.
They don't have me, so I'm going to do that first. But thank you very much for all the advice, and if Jack agrees, I will be doing some walks across some Welsh landscapes. You guys, some mountains and forests. You get to see the castles.
Hold on, peace and Jack, peace and Jack, peace and Jack. How are we doing today, Jack? You know, it's a beautiful day out. The USA is winning today, Jack. You know, we got the soccer game on today, Jack. We're winning. Positive energy, Jack. Positive energy. How you feeling today, Jack? You look a little happy today. You look like things are going well for you.
I feel blessed. We've had good conversations today.
I feel blessed too, Jack. I feel blessed I'm on the panel here today. I really do, Jack. I feel blessed. I feel I'm blessed here with Dirty Low Life and and Denizen, and I don't know the guy in the middle, the Manchester guy, but I'm not really a big fan of English people, so I can't really side with them on that. But Jack, you know, I'm really feeling the love through the panel and the chat today. There's a lot of love and gratitude being expressed through the chat. Gratitude for this channel, gratitude for me, gratitude for Chatter King, gratitude for Trexty. There's a lot of gratitude going. There's a lot of gratitude for the mods. Let's thank the mods, including myself in the chat. We're keeping things together and orderly, Jack. You know, keeping the crazies away. Jack, you know what I'm going to be thankful for? I'm going to be thankful for that England gets knocked out of the tournament, Jack, and they have to go home and deal with problems at home before going and being rowdy in my country, Jack. You know, there's a lot of Jack. They're drinking all the beer in Boston, Jack. It's concerning, Jack. I need more beer. We drink enough here, Jack.
Can you just point out that's the Irish, not the English?
No, you'd be surprised. No, the English are going nuts right now.
Actually, Wildheart, the Scottish.
Yeah, Scottish. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they're all the same to
Yeah.
me. Island people. But what I'm saying, Jack, I mean, island people. You know, it's we're living on an island there, island people.
Imperious. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm glad you're having a great day. I'm grateful you found your way here, but you really slipped in after I already wanted to shut the door, to be honest.
Jack, I slip in. I'm like the wind. I get inside you, Jack. I'm sneaky. I'm like
Now.
the wind.
You're
There's
something.
so many jokes there. Stop.
It just doesn't stop, Jack. The jokes just keep rolling in, Jack. You know, I mean, we got a lot, there's a lot of jokes in the world. Jack, life is a joke. You either laugh or cry. That's what I say, Jack. You got to either take things with a laugh or take it with a cry. And Jack, if you're going to go with a smile.
I do.
Also,
And actually,
okay.
Go ahead, Wildheart.
So is that what you've been trying to do? Make jokes? I yeah, I didn't get that.
I mean, normal, you know, non-autistic people laugh, but yeah, I'm just look, Jack. Jack gets it. Jack gets a lot of my jokes. Jack's a funny guy.
He thinks he's funny. He does thinks he's funny. I do think you're funny too.
Jack,
Imperious.
don't lie. I tickle your funny bone sometimes, Jack. You know that.
I know. Vegan Equilibrium, welcome back to you. How are you today?
Hello.
I
wanted to say that a raw vegan, 73-year-old raw vegan just won the British Masters Classic powerlifting championship.
Wants to bet that
Well,
Kyriakos
that?
Grizzly, a meat eater, can lift more than any vegetarian in the world.
All right. Well, why didn't they enter the competition then?
As Kyriakos Grizzly, have you seen him? He's too big to compete. He's too strong to compete. I don't know if you know who this guy I'm talking about is.
Anyway, these are done by weight and age class. So
yeah, this guy's about 50 years old. He weighs 402 pounds, and he literally pulls racks of 1,000, 2,000 pounds.
That's great.
His strength is gorilla strength.
We're just talking about weight and age class. 73-year-old.
His age class is universal, open weight. He's a monster.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, British Classic, British Masters Classic, Doug Graham, raw vegan, nothing but fruit and veg, uncooked, won the championship.
See, when I see vegans on the internet, I just wonder how much energy they get to type. Why do they type so much? Where do they get the energy from? Just to type on the
I told you, it's all the fruit.
It's all the fruits and nuts.
Well,
I've never felt better.
No, Jack, I believe I don't have a problem with people being vegan. I think you can live a healthy life. Like, sure, of course. But at the same time, I think when this guy's going around talking about massive weightlifting, I mean, the guys that are world's strongest men are massive 6'9", 6'10", 400-pound men that are eating tons of meat. Like, it just is what it is. You know, that's just this particular, you're trying to reach the pinnacle of size and mass. It's a different goal.
Those guys don't also have the longest lifespan.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Jack. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, NBA players don't live very long either, too. And a lot of football players, too. I mean, when you reach such unhuman size and proportions, your body can't really take that too long, Jack.
I wonder if there's something.
There are several vegans that hold world records for strength. But anyway, either way, I just wanted to report.
What's their names?
Thank you for reporting that. Do you have the name available?
Can we have some sources on that?
No completion donations. I'm not complete yet.
Trexty, thank you for that completion.
I can only get so hard, Jack. I can only get so erect on this show.
Can't we all?
It's not about erection. It's about completion.
It is, Jack. You erect my psyche, Jack. That's what it is. You erect my psyche and my soul, Jack.
Imperious, get hard on this. You just tickled another woman's purse.
I do hope our time together helps people find more inner strength, a little more maybe lightness, a little more wonder, a little more curiosity. Even if you just leave the show saying, How the hell do those guys make it through the day? I leave the stream
Well,
sometimes.
Jack, I got one thing before I leave to say. Personhood in the chat. Personhood over. How does she get through the day pent up so much, baby? I'll take you to Space Mountain. You know, oldest ride, longest line, honey. With me, sweetheart, with Imperious, it's gonna be bright lights, big cities, fur coats, limousines, sexy time,
Is it
baby.
called
Have a good one,
space
Jack.
because there's is it called space because there's nothing there?
Imperious, thank you for swinging through. Holy cows. He does bring some fun.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but
He did forget to mention like tiny penises and what's it called? Ejaculation, premature ejaculation. I think that would also be involved to some level.
that's a different direction than my mind was going, but sure. I
think so.
See where you're at. Hey, I do have a set. D&W, as I understand, is intending to continue his stream, hopefully. And maybe we can forward over and continue conversations over there. I do feel like kind of wrapping up, getting some food in me, a little nourishment, and then restart, renew. Parting words, folks? Any order. Vegan equilibrium. Not to single you out, you showed up last. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just if you claim to be against oppression and exploitation, then you should be vegan. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite. That's it.
There'll be patterns of that. I can understand that. I mean, it's kind of like a different view is the people that are so in on pro-life and yet they turn an eye to war. That's actually, that's part of our growing up. And I think that is part of our maturity, is recognizing, where am I a hypocrite? Where am I a contradiction? Where can I be more aligned with what I truly feel, what I truly believe in?
Amen.
I think we're going to find our way through this, guys. I really do. I got hope and faith for our future. All right. Anything else, vegan?
That's it.
All right, brother. I'm going to drop you out. As I said, we are heading over to D&W shortly. Wildheart, thoughts from you?
Yeah, just thanks for having me on. It's been fun as always, and thank you very much. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Well done. Thank you, brother. See you, vegan.
Yeah, good to see you again, Wildheart, and sincerely, thank you for doing the mature thing and going getting checked out. Right? Stubborn, hard-headed men don't want to go get treated, want to put things off. But what I saw last night, especially from D&W and the feedback for him, was encouragement to take care of his health, and that's beautiful. You guys are beautiful. Next one out. Any ideas?
I'm willing to go. Yeah, I just want to say thank you very much. Highlight the show, unfortunately, is a selfish part, but you played my video, so thank you, Jack. But also, I really enjoyed the curiosity, the fact it was a bit jumbled tonight. There was no strictness to it, although everybody did kind of skim point, and the randomness, and it was quite a few great points of notice I felt tonight, and I'm going to rummage through this tomorrow. So appreciate you all tonight, guys. Thank you very much, and Jack, as always, well done.
Take care, Carl.
Thank you, Carl. Sorry for the noise that was coming through. I appreciate you. Either way, you're both gentlemen.
Up to you, Denizen. You going first, mate, or am I?
I leave it to you, sir.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Denizen. Thank you, everyone on the panel tonight. It's been lovely to talk to you all. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Much love going around. I've got two thoughts. The first, I remember, so I'll start with that one. You brought up the abolition of slavery, given the day. When slavery was abolished, the British government agreed to pay all of the companies that were using slaves damages because they've lost out on massive amounts of profits from having all these slaves. Do either of you care to guess when the British taxpayer finished paying the bill? Wild stab?
Please.
2015.
Holy crap.
11 years ago, we finished paying reparations to companies for their losses from the abolition of slavery. There is no abolition of slavery. It just changed names.
Dude, that is corruption. I knew there was compensation and reparations for the owning class, but I didn't know that. Holy cows, man.
100 years. The other point, I can't remember, so I'll give you my love and bid you adieu. Take care.
Hey, much love and thank you again. Dirty Lowlife. Denizen, my brother.
I'd like to use this opportunity to be a little self-serving, so I hope to get some grace from you, sir. Thank you. First, I would like to remind people who are familiar with my channel and my Discord community that in about an hour and 15 minutes, we're having a debate between Nikki and Emmett on Christianity being witchcraft. That should be a very interesting debate between a witch who is a self-proclaimed eclectic and a Orthodox Christian. That's coming up at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join the Discord for more information, or if you'd like to join the watch party. Also, I'd like to address some of the statements that were made here in the stream aimed at me for those in the chat who may or may not notice. I think this is an important issue that needs to be more widely considered among our so-called community here on YouTube. But there is an individual who makes posts and videos and proclaims himself a protector of children, but he is in fact a perpetuator of digital violence. And his strategy relies on weaponizing the most heinous accusations imaginable to bypass the reason and faculties of the viewer and the audience that he targets in order to incite some kind of version of his mob justice. And I believe that whether he is driven by a desire to destroy reputations for his own personal gain or merely projecting his own secret dark impulses, or simply seeking the adrenaline of attention, his actions constitute malicious defamation and actual crimes in the United States. And by fabricating narratives of heinous crimes, this harasser violates not only YouTube's policies, but also commits federal and local crimes, exposing the people that he targets to actual harm, loss of their livelihood in some cases, and for others, severe emotional trauma. Not only are these actionable offenses, but they are not protected speech in the United States and do constitute calculated attacks that can and should lead to civil liability for damages. And honestly, I think criminal charges are appropriate. I think we all know, anybody who's paying attention, who I'm talking about, and ultimately his behavior reveals profound moral bankruptcy, using the safety of children as a shield to justify his systemic destruction of innocent people online. And I both pity and have contempt for this individual. Thank you for that time, Jack.
Brother, well said. I have no disagreements with you. The question becomes, what do we do with this? I mean, litigation and crimes, I mean, they're documented, but I kind of lost faith in any of these systems, to be honest. However,
I agree. We can only have ourselves to rely upon, and we are meek. At least I am.
individually, but you know what? You and I, we're seeing the same things, right? And I think that might be why it was brought into our experience. We're prepared to deal with people like that. I've been learning from you. So
I heard rumors that we'll inherit the earth, though, Jack. So you never know. Maybe
that's
you're
the
more
point.
right than people give you credit for. Thanks for, as always, brother. It's always good to talk to you, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a good
We
one.
will.
Enjoy your evening. Thanks
Thank
to
you.
the chat, too.
Thank you sincerely to Denizen, Dirty Lowlife, DNW. This is why I shouldn't name them, because then I start missing folks. To all who joined, Voy, everyone who joined today, thank you. I appreciate your participation, whether you were on the stream or in the chat, or maybe you're just tuning in later and seeing what's what. In the background was just a reminder, a little bit of peace and love. The ideas that I had today are related to the truth. The reminder, as long as you're hearing these words, as long as you're living today, you're not done. You're not done. There's no reason to quit. There's no reason to give up completely. But if you learn your past lessons, right? You go within yourself and you face your triggers, you face your sadness. You don't run and hide from the true feelings that are within you. And you find your strength, right? You know your strength in the challenges when you can find the calm in the discomfort. And so if you can allow yourself to be calm with the discomfort as you move forward in life, growing in your strengths and attributes, right? You're striving for your potential to reach its peak, right? To reach your highest, greatest potential possibility, whatever is great for you. I hope that's come through. I'm really trying to be encouraging as we close it out. Brothers and sisters, we're set to forward over to our friend Finding Gnosis. If you head that way, share some love, and I may be there myself soon. Till next time, of course, choose love, peace for everyone, walk with faith, and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless us all. Peace.